Welcome back to the channel. Normally, when I do an article from Screen Rant, I don't preface it by saying that yes, the same Screen Rant that 2 hours after the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman released an article wondering who was going to play the role of T'Challa moving forward. That Screen Rant. Today, they have an article about WandaVision I wanted to cover. Let's get right into the video. Monkeys, you know what to do. Roll that footage. Are they over there? Are they over here? I don't know. Roll the footage, monkeys! Bears Beats and Battlestar Galactica.
Stop.
All right.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Hey, what about...
They say Agatha Harkness being WandaVision's real villain is better than Mephisto. I love WandaVision, let me say that. But at the same time, Agatha Harkness is not a good idea to have as the big bad. It was kind of like, it was almost a letdown to have her be a reveal. It was like we all knew that Agnes was Agatha Harkness. Like everybody that watched the show, did any modicum of research, knew that she was Agatha Harkness, and we were just waiting for that other shoe to drop. So here we go. Let's dive into this. This article from Zach Kranjnak, and this was published a couple days ago. I just want to cover it briefly for you guys here today. If you like the content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, share it, give me a retweet, something. I'll give my thoughts. You can leave yours in the comments below. Here we go. Agatha Harkness could be the best possible choice for WandaVision's big bad. Marvel Studios' first series to arrive on Disney Plus has been full of twists and turns, encouraging its audience to unravel the mystery that lurks ominously in every corner of Wanda's sitcom-inspired world. In the discourse, there have been no shortage of theories as to who is behind the trauma inflicted on Westview and its residents. For many, Mephisto, Marvel's Satan stand-in with ties to Scarlet Witch in the comics, has been the prime suspect. And that's with good reason. A lot of the decisions she's making and things of the like that have happened have seemed to be somewhat out of her control at certain points in the show. Much like when she was giving birth to the kids, what was happening in the room. And a lot of people surmise that that was from either Billy or Billy? It would be Billy's powers doing that from inside mom. But we'll see. And then there's the question of how did she get pregnant in the first place, considering A, Vision is dead, and B, he's a synthezoid. I don't know why I have problems with that word, synthezoid. But anyway, let's move on with the article. However, WandaVision Episode 7 makes a compelling case for Agnes, who at long last was officially revealed as Agatha Harkness, Scarlet Witch's mentor and sometimes antagonist from comics lore. In the show, Agnes, or Agatha, has had a compelling presence, bolstered by Kathryn Hahn's multi-layered and charming performance. Agatha has always been a little too interested in Wanda and Vision's suburban life and hovered a bit too closely over their twin boys. But in this newest WandaVision chapter, Agatha's creepiness reached for new heights. After stumbling upon a vine-covered and ancient-looking room, complete with witchy paraphernalia, Wanda is joined by Agatha, hair now unkempt and holding her pet rabbit, Señor Scratchy. Wanda, 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 she tuts. You didn't think you were the only magical girl in town, did you? In that moment, Agatha is a chilling combination of Winnie Sanderson and Hannibal Lecter. I thought it was a great scene. Don't get me wrong. I love Kathryn Hahn in this role. She is absolutely phenomenal. Kathryn Hahn is a great character actress. She's proven that time after time again in different roles. She was one of the bright spots. I don't watch it, but I've seen her skit. She was one of the bright spots on Saturday Night Live during the remainder of her tenure there, which that show is completely just a shit show now. But anyway, in this, she's, like I said, I like the character. I liked the reveal. It was very cool. The set, the aesthetic of it was awesome. I just don't like the idea of her being the big bad. That's the only caveat here. In addition to being played by an actor clearly capable of the necessary scenery chewing, revealing Agatha Harkness as WandaVision's primary antagonist makes sense, at least in terms of the show's narrative. Agatha has been involved in the story all along, making all of her actions and cryptic lines all the more deliciously devilish on a rewatch. Many have suggested that someone like Mephisto or Nightmare may be pulling Agatha's strings. While this could end up being true, the show runs a serious risk of introducing such a figure so late in the story. As with all mysteries, part of the fun lies in unraveling, and the creators not playing fair with its audience may undercut what has been a very engaging puzzle. Now, I don't see that would do serious damage to the show, considering this entire show is meant to be a lead-in to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So we still have that possible cameo from Benedict Cumberbatch to come, which I don't know if they're going to do a cameo or not. It would make sense if they did to tie this show into Doctor Strange 2 more effectively. And also, if you introduce Mephisto, then that storyline could lead into how Wanda, if this is going to happen, becomes the villain of Doctor Strange 2, which was rumored before. So we don't know exactly how that's going to play out, but it would make sense if it was Mephisto or Nightmare pulling her strings. And the kids, we haven't even talked about the kids yet. Are they real? Will they be able to exist outside of the Hex? We saw what happened to Vision, which Vision is dead, we know that. And how did the kids get created in the first place? As I said, Vision is a synthezoid. I said it right that time, the first time. Looking at the broader scope of the MCU, there's also the risk of introducing an A-list villain too early, since figures like Mephisto and Nightmare, for that matter, have canonical ties to so many of Marvel's heroes. The larger MCU may be better served to keep such an imposing villain in the shadows for a while longer. Thanos, after all, loomed throughout the Infinity Saga in the run-up to Avengers Infinity War, but always in the background while other antagonists challenged our heroes and forced them to grow. Since WandaVision has been a more intimate exploration of Wanda's character, using a villain tied more closely to her story would ultimately serve the show and its central character more effectively. Yes, but again, Agatha is not a good main protagonist for this show. Antagonist, I apologize. Agatha is not a good main antagonist. I don't see her in that role. I see her as somebody who is a minor speed bump for Wanda on the way to facing either a big bad or triumphing. Agatha Harkness, a fellow witch and magic user, has the potential to expand understandings of both Wanda and the MCU's mysticism, which will surely be crucial to Phase 4's larger story, and potentially continue to have an impact on the MCU through Phase 5 and beyond. In interviews, Kevin Feige has said that Wanda Maximoff will adopt her Scarlet Witch moniker in WandaVision, acknowledging that the character's powers have never been directly attributed to magic in the films. WandaVision has already taken steps to identify Wanda as a witch of sorts, showcasing her new reality-bending powers, hearing her threaten to magic the imposter Pietro into a pickled herring, and being called a magical girl by Agatha. Since we know Wanda is set to appear in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Agatha is sure to help in one way or another tease out some of her new magical abilities. And as I said, antagonist, I really don't. It doesn't make any sense. You've built all this just to say, here's what you knew all along, and now, here's the reveal, and we're going to spend the last 2 episodes. It doesn't, I don't know. To me, it doesn't track. Maybe it's different for you guys. In WandaVision Episode 7, Wanda, conversing with Monica, wonders if she really is a villain. That has been a central question throughout the show so far. Up to this point, WandaVision has explored the trauma and grief inflicted so brutally on Wanda during her life and watched as she teeters between good witch and bad witch, with Agatha as a foil and an example of a powerful sorceress corrupted by power. Wanda may see a future for herself she must fight to prevent. I don't know, so what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good move, making Agatha the main antagonist in this show? Or would you like to see Mephisto or Nightmare interjected into this story and use the end of this series as a jump off point to Doctor Strange 2? I think Mephisto or Nightmare would be a much better choice for Wanda's power level to face off against Agatha or Agnes in the denouement of the show. Is just, I don't know, it just seems redundant to me. It doesn't seem like it would be as satisfying of a conclusion as seeing a big dangling plot thread that's going to lead into the next feature film that this movie kind of builds on. That's just how I see it. But now it's your turn. Remember, do all the YouTube things, like, share, subscribe. Please do that. If I haven't, let today be the day I earn your subscription. And also, bitch slap that like button for me. Join us this evening for Going Rogue. My guests will be Paulie from Latino Slant, Culture Casino, Mad Mardigan, my co-host Tony Tonedeaf on hand. Join us 8:30 Eastern. I'm Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous. And remember, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Who's been messing up everything?